But I think it's a very, very good time to give a shout out to the St. Louis Chess Club and Scholastic Center. The staffing here has just been fantastic. Everybody makes us all feel welcome. And we're going to name names, except for the fact that they are off and running, and a repeat of their earlier game with knight f3 and e3. Now, remember in that game it was like knight f6 and b3 and that whole c5 sequence. Wesly, well, he got the isolated queen pawn, and
maybe it's time to repeat it. I mean, he didn't have any problems in the first game.
Yeah, he made, I want to say, a comfortable draw, and he's repeating that entire line because...
Rook c1, that's the wrinkle.
The previously it was d4 and knight e4 is what I want to say.
And by the way, Hikaru choosing a very combative line in the sense that the pieces are still in, all the pieces are still on the board. And if you wanted a draw, like I was predicting, completely wrong, you would have just simply gone into that famous Berlin
or yes, to
repetition,
begin with, or repeated entirely their first game.
Exactly.
Yeah. By the way, does this allow? I'm sure we're still in theory. Does this allow the move d5, d4? Because let's face it, the move d2, d4 did stop, and Wesly's having a think about it. I mean, if you take knight b5, it's like, you know what? You're going to win this pawn, but it's going to be an awkward thing. Your king is still stuck in the center of the board. I don't know if it's theory or not. This
no, not theory at all.
But d5.
No one has ever played rook c1. Everyone has kind of gone
played d4. I mean, this is everybody's go-to move, and it was Wesly's, Hikaru's original, but d4.
So let's try to decipher.
And guess what?
He's going for it.
Oh, wow, instantly knight a4. And not even capturing, going for it, but knight a4. I think we're off the beaten path here, Christian.
We are indeed, yes. No, rook c1 was the novelty, and the idea is clear. You want to target that pawn on c5 before black manages to develop his pieces on the queen side. Bishop e6, rook to c8, defend that with the... Maybe I'll take with the f pawn.
Okay, I played b7, b6, and I question you. Why is your knight on a4?
That's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. You don't mind?
I don't mind.
Okay, what do you do?
Bishop e2.
You're not even going for the aggressive?
Well,
I've known you as the hyper-aggressive co-commentator. But, I mean...
No, and now knight h. Yeah, that guy is just, forget about it. Don't stress about those bad pieces. And then go knight f5, and then...
Knights on the rim.
Come on, help me out here. Knights on the rim are dim, and you're putting both knights.
This is modern chess right here.
What is this? British chess at its best. Come on.
Coffee house chess.
Come here.
I come here with my...
The colonists here will capture on e3, as has Wesly.
F takes
e3.
Very combative. Now, b7, b6 was my first move, just because, I like my pawns. I wanted to do fianchetto. Also, I could play knight to d7, but b7, b6, bishop e2. Well, the players are following our analysis. Bishop e7 castles. Now, if I really thought that this was a threat, I would stop maybe and play for knight e4 and bishop f6, but I'm not afraid. I will play knight c6. Let's go. Knight h4. Let's go. Knight to b4. I'll be computer-like.
So, and if I go full on hacker mode, knight f5, and I say take that pawn on a2. I don't care. And then I'm going to play my rook to c.
And guess what? He said, your knight's not going even to the h4 square. I'm going to go knight e4, knight d5, sorry. Wait a minute, hold on. He played here, bishop e2, and he played knight to d5. Not even knight e4. Okay. Knight to d5, castles on the board.
Once again, if anything, even if Hikaru didn't get a better position objectively out of the opening, he made his opponent think. Wesly right now to 6 minutes and 30 seconds against 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
Knight c6. Well, again, I like black. I like the pawn structure for black. Why? Think of the pawn islands. White has 3 pawn islands. Black has 2 pawn islands. In particular, I don't like the knight on a4. And as you said, stop stressing. But
so let's get it back in.
Yeah, but the moment you get back into play, I've been waiting for this opportunity to turn the tables on you and pin your knight to your bishop.
So I have to wait for it. Okay.
Right.
What about queen to e1? Let's try to play
Queen
in some sort
e1.
of a Grand Prix style.
Right.
Okay.
I like it, Christian.
Bishop b7. And
Queen
guess
e1.
what?
There we go.
Queen e1.
On the board.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
I love that expression.
Queen e1, bishop
What
b7.
if I go queen to g3?
And
But then bishop f6, right?
yeah, mate in 1 has my
Neutralize.
attention.
And if I take, what are you going to recapture with?
I'll pause because I'm not really sure what the big discovered attack is going to look like. I'm not.
I mean, let's go for it. Knight g5. See if
Knight
that leads
G5.
anywhere.
I don't know. Centralized pieces. Queen e5.
Queen e5.
What did he do? He did something.
No, so he's
He played
bishop.
bishop
Okay,
to
bishop
b7.
b7.
Bishop b7. So yeah, keep the pieces centralized. And again, I keep referring to my 1 trump card.
Okay.
Queen
Queen
G3
g3
that
on
line.
the board.
Again, this is the current position. This is where we expected bishop f6.
He played
And in case of a trade, I was recapturing with the queen. Knight takes, also perfectly viable, but queen takes.
Could you also get very feisty and instead of going bishop takes f6, actually go e4? No, bishop f6 on the board.
e4. That would have been feisty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I completely ruined my pawn structure.
Yeah, well done.
Just like you recommended, right now Wesly saw pauses and ponders his
Yeah,
options.
because I can understand why you might find knight takes the f6 attractive, but still, queen takes f6.
Knight takes
did.
f6, okay.
And knight c3. Okay, well, there goes my the one thing I was berating about Hikaru's position was his offside knight. At least he has, in fact, cured it for the moment. I don't like the fact that this queen is so annoying on the g3 square. And I would love to, how do you say, nudge it away. Something like queen b8, using the Jovanka golden rule of trading queens whenever I feel my king is under attack, would have my attention. Knight b4, now that's aggressive.
It is. You know, the knight is threatening to come into d3, just to state the obvious.
Love that.
Okay, but what if I start looking at that f5 square? Finally, you don't seem to have any defenders around your king anymore. Or at least not as many. Knight h4, let's try it out.
Knight h4,
Why not?
in for a penny, in for a pound. Knight e4, let's go.
I probably have to take that.
And bishop takes. So I'm ready to defend.
Excellent. Bishop c4.
Bishop c4. He's giving me pawns.
I am.
He's making
Yes.
my life happy.
I am. Take it. Come on, take it.
Take it.
Okay, well,
Knight
we have a move.
E5.
Knight e5.
Sorry,
Well, he's also
Christian,
giving pawns.
that he wants to give a pawn, but
But he's going to get a knight in return, so don't even think about playing queen takes d2.
why? I think about it.
Really? Rook takes... Can you
Queen
not?
takes.
No, queen takes rook. Yes, yes, yes.
I think about it. After knight e5, Wesly responded quickly. Did he? What move did he?
No, Wesley's
No, he
still
didn't.
He
thinking.
hasn't. He
Because
hasn't yet.
I think about it. What's wrong with queen takes d2?
Well,
Rook
right
d1. Ugh. Rook D1.
Rook FD1, yes.
And
And then Queen B2 is forced.
Knight C4, and
isn't
Queen
that
is not
embarrassing?
coming back.
That is embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
It won't be the first or the last time I get caught with my hand in the cookie jar. I gotta tell you, I'll warn you. You give me your pawns, I'll take them, even at the cost of my queen.
Guys,
Yes.
4 minutes for Wesly, 8 minutes for Hikaru, and a very difficult position, I have to say, for Wesly with that F-file opening up right now, the bishop coming to C4, so much pressure in the position against knight on F6 and the pawn on F7.
He takes it!
What?
He takes D2.
Oh no!
Queen takes D2.
Rook FD1 finishes the game on the spot. Hikaru.
Instantly
oh my
saw it.
god. Oh my god. Wesly missed it and he's in a resignation position right now.
Oh my word! And there's the
Game,
the
match,
nod
set,
of-
and title for Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura right there.
Wow, that shake of the head, and Wesly said, "Oh my." Well, I mean, sometimes you just have a blind spot, and that's it. If you don't see why I can't take the pawn,
Look at him. Let's pan out on Wesly.
yeah,
He knows it. He knows
he's just lost.
this is over.
He just lost the title game,
How frustrating.
knows this is over.
All that fight, all
And-
that effort,
right?
and
We can
Let's-
replay that in slow motion because here we've just made the realization that queen takes d2, loses the queen, gets trapped to a rook d1, knight c4. Wesly didn't see it. Those retreating moves, knight e5 to c4, and Wesly sitting there going, oh, and Hikaru can't believe his good fortune.
right.
So queen b2, knight c4. Is there any way
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I can
Yeah.
get
Just-
something?
Well, you can give up the
something?
queen for the rook, but you
Well,
know,
I'm trying.
Queen
you know.
E1, knight takes E3.
Queen B2, knight C4,
Or I'm trying. Nobody ever won a game by
and
resigning.
that's it.
And
He's
he
resigned.
resigned.
Hikaru Nakamura is American Cup champion.
Wow.
Wow.
What a finale. What a finale.
And because they've been playing such great chess, it's remarkable that it was the bad blunder that decided the outcome. But our congratulations, nonetheless, to Hikaru Nakamura as he pockets a very smooth $50,000, as well as the honor of the American Cup champion. Congratulations, Hikaru. And whew,
Oh, what a devastating end
I know.
for Wesly So's quest.
Something was about. I was looking forward to the 3+2s as well. I
Right.
didn't see this as happening.
But I have to say, hats off to Hikaru because,
Truly.
he was extremely resilient.
Yes.
He's taken his chances when it mattered. He's
Yes.
also played in a very aggressive style. He's entertained us all, very
Throughout.
worthy champion.
And
even,
that's what it comes down to, right? In these final moments, it's all about resiliency
right.
and the nerves.
Yeah.
And we've seen the nerves play out for Wesly So in this one.
And even in the game that Hikaru just drew, I mean, I know it looked like it was very easy and he could make a draw pawn down. Lots of players do panic and, well, as you say, he kept his resiliency. Well done.
Oh, lots of players would easily crumble.
Exactly.
With so much pressure in that endgame. Even the knight 2 versus knight 1, that
That's
wasn't
what
that
I mean.
easy either.
Yeah, it's not super simple, but Hikaru defended it very, very well. And wow.
The players are still sharing impressions about the game. There's the proud father of Hikaru, Sunil.
Sunil Liamantri on the right, stepfather to Hikaru, came for the finals. It did Sunil, and glad he did.
Came with good fortune.
Now let's go. First of all, let's go through the finishers.